4 bills on the floor of the National Assembly have generated varying reactions from Nigerians. Well, it's no surprise, since it revolves around a critical component of governance, and that's revenue. Let's talk about the tax reform bills. On the 3rd of October 2024, President Bola Tinubu submitted 4 tax reform bills to the National Assembly based on recommendations by the Presidential Committee on Fiscal and Tax Reform, headed by the chairman, Taiwo Oyedele. Now, these bills are supposed to literally clear the clock on the current tax system, which the committee believes inhibits economic growth.
In my private sector experience before my current role, I was involved for over a decade in looking at tax system in more than 180 countries worldwide. And I can tell you with all sense of responsibility, Nigeria's tax system is one of the most backward in the world. This cannot help us with our ambition of a great country, which is what we desire and truly deserve.
The bills include the Nigeria Tax Bill, which compiles all the Nigerian tax laws in one piece of legislation. There's the Tax Administration Bill, which is designed to set up a minimum standard for how taxes are administered across Nigeria. There's the Nigeria Revenue Establishment Bill. Now, this bill, if passed into law, will replace the Federal Inland Revenue Service, work with subnationals using synchronized data to ensure tax compliance. And lastly, the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. This bill simply tries to widen the scope of the current Joint Tax Board. Now, of these 4 bills, the most widely debated is the Nigeria Tax Bill, which will alter the revenue sharing formula for VAT, that's value added tax. So let's say Company A has its company's headquarters in Lagos or Rivers. Now, this state automatically earn more VAT due to this advantage, and that's the status quo. But this bill seeks to solve this imbalance. Now, every state will get VAT from the consumption within their states. So if Company A has more consumers of its products or services in a particular state, then that state earns more VAT. So it's like states earning more for the economic activities within their jurisdiction.
In the unlikely event that you have a state now maybe having less from VAT as opposed to what you used to have, okay, the suggestion is that there should be something like an equalization fund. Maybe the chairman will throw more light on that, that can be used to also compensate those states. So at the end of the day, okay, the whole idea is to make sure that no state is worse off by the new arrangement. Okay.
The bill also wants to reduce the tax burden on about 90% of the labor force in terms of personal income tax and place it on the high-earning 10%, which is a practice in many countries.
It's taking away the burden of taxation from the poor, and of course the rich will likely pay a little more, but that is how it should be. If you earn minimum wage, that's 800 or thereabout, your tax rate, the rate is there in the bill. The tax rate is 0%. So when you say something 0%, meaning there's no tax.
So there's tax exemption for small businesses with annual turnover of 50 million naira or less. There's also the removal of value-added tax on food, education, healthcare, rent, public transportation, fuel products, and renewable energy. The Taiwo Oyedele-led presidential team believes that this will ameliorate the rising cost of living for the masses. For now, the bills are still undergoing legislative process at the National Assembly.
To watch previous episodes and for more updates, kindly follow The Genesis on our social media platforms. Thanks for watching.